Konnichiwa, Paul des. In this video, we're going to talk about a common phrase that will help you get important information more quickly, and it will help you sound like a more fluent English speaker. Today's idiom is...
Cut to the chase.
Can you just cut to the chase?
We'll start with looking at where the phrase comes from and what it means. Then we'll look at a common pronunciation mistake that many Japanese people make. And finally, we'll look at how to speak with a more natural English rhythm.
Could we cut to the chase?
Cut to the chase comes from the American movies in the 1920s. Many silent movies had very long romantic storylines that ended with an exciting car chase. And some people who thought the movie was a bit boring may shout to the projectionist to skip over the long boring part and cut to the chase, the car chase. The meaning today is to get to the important point quickly. Well, for example, imagine that you are a salesperson and you work for a company that sells cheese to restaurants in Tokyo. And at the end of the week, your boss calls you in for a sales meeting and you begin a long story. Maybe you'd say something like, on Monday morning it was raining and I left my umbrella on the train so I couldn't make my meeting with the client. And then in the afternoon, my goldfish was sick, so I had to visit the vet in Meguro, which gave me a headache. And then on Tuesday, I was late to meet the client because somebody's pet tortoise had crawled onto the Yamanote line, so the trains had stopped. Your boss might stop you and say, let's cut to the chase. How many sales did you make? Let's look at a key pronunciation point in the word cut. Now you need to be very careful that you're using the vowel and not the vowel. A common mistake for Japanese speakers is to use the because is in Japanese, whereas the is not used in Japanese. So a common substitute would be cat for cut, pat for put, and bat for but. So see if you can hear the difference in these examples.
Cut. Cat.
But.
Bat.
Could you hear the difference? It's only very small, but it's important. So how do you make the difference? Well, if you begin in the position, which you're familiar with, the Japanese and then feel where your tongue is there. Now just lift your tongue up a little bit. So go from to So you close your mouth a little bit, push your tongue up, and relax your tongue. English rhythm is created by contrast. Some sounds are strong, and some are very weak. Some are very long, and some are short. And this tells the listener what is important and what's not important. This is very different to Japanese, right? Where the Japanese rhythm is very regular and the sounds are generally the same length and stress. So in a phrase like this, if you pronounce every word with the same length and stress as you would in Japanese, it's going to sound very strange. If you say, cut to the chase. Let's look at how to say this phrase with a more natural English rhythm. The first thing we need to do is reduce some sounds, which will create that contrast. So the two words that are reduced here are the words that are not so important. Usually the is one, so we'd reduce that sound there, the and also two. Most of the time, 80% of the time, we don't say two. It becomes t. So here we change both the u and the e to a schwa sound, It becomes to the. When it's reduced, you can say it very quickly, which is probably why you have difficulty with listening, because many of the small words are said so fast that they almost disappear. To the. And then you get the stressed part, which is chase. So you need to make this longer. And also cut is stressed, but we can't really make the sound much longer. It's just a strong sound for cut. Cut to the chase. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. So you got strong, weak, weak, strong. So a quick review. Cut to the chase means get to the key information quickly. I hope that was useful. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And if you like videos like this, please press subscribe, and I'll see you next time.